Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. I have some breaking news in my old hometown of Nashville, Tennessee. There's been a massive explosion, um, and reports said it was intentional, possibly a terrorist attack in Nashville, Tennessee on Christmas morning. This article comes from the Tennessean. And before I read this article, I just I just talked to my wife just a few minutes ago. She's okay. And all my family members are okay, and just to let you know what's going on. But the lights were out. I don't know if it's because of that explosion or not. But let me go ahead and I'm gonna read this article again. This comes from the Tennessean. It says Nashville authorities believe an explosion that occurred in downtown Nashville early Christmas morning was an intentional act sparked by a vehicle blast. Police came across a suspicious RV parked outside a nearby AT&T building near 2nd Avenue and Commerce Street before 6 a.m. when intentionally responding to calls of shots fired in the area, said Metro Police spokesperson Don Aaron. There was no immediate evidence of any shooting, but officers alerted the department's bomb squad, which was en route when a significant explosion happened about 30 minutes later, Aaron said. Just before the blast, witnesses in the area report a dire warning come from the RV. Evacuate now, there is a bomb. A bomb is in this vehicle and will explode. Then the voice started a 15-minute countdown. Officers were conducting door-to-door checks in the area and redirected a man walking his dog along the street. The force of the explosion knocked an officer to the ground and gave another officer what police hope is temporary hearing loss. Three people were hospitalized with injuries, police said. Aaron said it was unclear if anyone was inside the RV when it exploded. We will find out who did this, Special Agent in Charge Matt Foster said at a Friday afternoon news conference. This is our city too. We're putting everything we had into finding who was responsible for what happened here today. AT&T service in Nashville and Middle Tennessee were affected by many customers Friday, said company spokesperson Jim Greer, citing damage to facilities from the explosion. We are in contact with law enforcement and working as quickly and safely as possible to restore service, Greer said. The Nashville Convention and Visitors Corp announced Friday afternoon a $10,000 contribution toward a reward in the case. Like everyone, we woke up this Christmas morning to this horrible news of the explosion on 2nd Avenue. Our hearts, thoughts, and prayers area with all involved were affected, Butch Spyridon, NCVC president and CEO, said in a statement. This is when we show the world who we are. Thank you all for everything you do. Our city, stay safe. I believe in Nashville. And it continues, says, fair warning. Bessie Williams, the owner of the Melting Pot building across the street, told the Tennessean that guests reported the RV was stationed there, said since Thursday night. Williams, who lived in a loft apartment on the 3rd floor, said she heard the sound of loud, rapid fire gunshots at about 4:30 a.m. After multiple rounds of gunshot sounds, Williams said she called 911. Then she said she heard a repeated warning she said came from the RV park outside her building. She recalled hearing the announcement warning of a bomb and to evacuate. Then it started counting down to the explosion, she said. Williams said she, her spouse, and her family left the loft in their pajamas. She took her cat, Mavis, but left her valuables behind. They headed to the Nissan Stadium and waited. When they didn't hear an explosion, they headed back. They were at 2nd Avenue and Broadway when they saw a fireball fly over the AT&T building on 2nd Avenue. Whoever did it did give fair warning, Williams says. She saw the windows in her loft had been blown out. Her Christmas tree was still on inside. Aaron confirmed investigators believe the recording heard by witnesses originated from the vehicle. So this is the picture, y'all, of what happened in downtown Nashville. Now, I've been through that area. I've been through the AT&T buildings around there. We call it a Batman building because it looked like, the Bat Cave. But anyway, yeah, this is what it looked like in downtown Nashville. Um, and of course, like I said, the lights were out, and I think that's part of the reason why all the systems in AT&T were not working because of this explosion. Let's finish this article. It says several people were taken to the department's central precinct for questioning, but authorities declined to give more details Friday morning. The downtown area was sealed off with an active investigation underway, led by the Federal Bureau of Investigations with the help of Nashville state and federal agencies. Though authorities said there are no indications of active additional devices, police were going door to door with canines in the downtown area to search nearby buildings. President Donald Trump has been briefed and will continue to get regular updates, according to the White House Deputy Press Secretary Judd Deere. The president is grateful for the incredible first responders and praying for those who were injured, Deere said in a statement. The sound of the explosion Friday morning could be heard miles away as people reported windows shaking from South and East Nashville. Plumes of black smoke filled the air with several fires seen along with what is typically a busy street that intersects with Nashville's famed tourist attraction, Lower Broadway. Alarms inside several buildings were heard going off with water pouring into some buildings with structural damage and broken windows. Tree lining 2nd Avenue were blackened from the incident. Nashville Fire Department Chief William Swan said urban search and rescue and hazmat teams were checking for victims and structural damage in the area surrounding the blast. We will keep working until the job is done, he said. Governor Bill Lee, in a statement, said the state will provide needed resources to determine what happened and who was responsible. U.S. Attorney Don Cochran said in a Friday afternoon news conference that he had been in contact with acting U.S. Attorney General Jeffrey Rosen, who said he was devoting the entire resources of the Department of Justice to help. Anyone with information on the explosion is encouraged to go to the FBI website to submit information. So it said Mayor John Cooper said he toured the damage, describing broken glass and water mains with insulation blow up into the trees. He estimated about 20 buildings has been impacted. It looked like a bomb went off, he said. He said it was too soon for any conclusions, but said updates will be given throughout the morning. The downtown area will be sealed off for further investigation to make sure everything is completely safe, according to Cooper. One more event in Nashville 2020, he said. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the map of Nashville and where the explosion took place. So, part of the city that I went to is I already went there. And again, I'm just looking all them other places. These are maps. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Tennessean article. I check my family, ladies and gentlemen. On a personal note, I did check my wife. She's fine, but the AT&T area is completely dark. We don't know if it's because of that explosion or not. I'm gonna check with my other family members, see if they're okay as well. But it looks to me, it said that it's an intentional act. It's possibly a terrorist attack. We don't know if it's any Islamic terrorist or domestic terrorism. Once I get more information about this story, I will do another video on it. But it seems to me this is an intentional act, possibly a terrorist attack. And again, luckily nobody's hurt in this situation. I'm glad nobody is hurt, y'all. It could have got worse. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what y'all think about this. I mean, I'm glad that nobody is hurt. I'm glad that my wife is okay. And my in-laws are okay. Because they live in the suburban part of Tennessee and suburban part of Nashville called Antioch. So hopefully nobody. I mean, because I think it's, the power outage over there is really crazy because of the explosion. But y'all let me know what you think. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. If you live in the Nashville area, stay safe. Leave a comment if you live in the Nashville area and make sure you guys are okay. So let me know what y'all think. Like, click, subscribe, and and click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.